Hey guys, it's Rust here, and I recorded some full games to try to get some content out, but unfortunately I did not know that OBS was not recording my voice, so I'm just gonna talk about the important bits that happen in this. Um, so this being one of the ways that is a new win condition line that me and Koibito kind of worked on together. And it's pretty sick to watch in person. So with a lot of the new lines that come into the deck, one of the things that we like to talk about is practicability. Practicability? How practical? Is practical a word? I don't know. How often we can apply this thing. So kind of what I mean by that is, we had the two Academy manufacturers, Zorn lines, all of that, but those lines never came up. Whereas I've had Goblin Engineer for two games, and I've done it twice. So let's kind of go over what this line entails. Where we are at in the current board state is that the Thrasios Vile Smasher player attempted to win through infinite mana via Machine God's Effigy and Devoted Druid. It got countered, and then I am going to untap and win.
Everything good?
The thing that makes this interesting is that I have a Roaming Throne in my hand that I'm going to cast. The problem is I cannot clock combo because of Spellskite specifically, because I just won't have enough artifacts to produce the win. So this line actually goes through that. And my One Ring is currently Tidebindered, so it has no abilities. So I'm going to play my land for turn, and then I am immediately going to go into casting Roaming Throne.
And for your information, Jason, it tapped for blue as well. It's infinite green and infinite blue. I was gonna say shit until resolved. So what I should have done.
So here's me kind of sheepishly going into Roaming Throne.
I'll just sit back and relax.
And then I name Dwarf when it resolves. I have a colorless off the Soul Ring that I'm not going to use. I'm going to immediately move to combat and swing my commander at the Kinnan player. Notes, I have one treasure in play. There's a Cursed Mirror in the graveyard, and the Goblin Engineer does not have Summoning Sickness.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is game over.
Yeah.
They don't know it's game over.
Well, maybe
technically.
Not, but if it's not game over, it's game over next turn.
Sure.
Yeah, so they think they have a turn because of the Spellskite.
I'm passing. I have one card in hand, so
I can't respond to it. So
I'm passing.
And then here's me debating if I want to use any of my colors, because I have a couple other dwarves in my hand, which may be relevant later, but I think I can just let the colorless go and then immediately move to combat. You can kind of see you see me thinking about it here, but I decide, I've already declared me going to combat. I'm not going to take it back. So because of Roaming Throne, I'll get 2 treasures, going up to 3.
Can't you still activate Mutavault in combat and tap it for mana?
I was expecting to have to do this in the middle of combat, but the Kinnan player just did not block in any way, so I'm actually, I actually get to go to second main here.
I declare no blocks. Take 2.
And then something that's kind of interesting about this spot in particular is that you have to have a red mana specifically to activate Goblin Engineer. So using my mana as efficiently as I am is kind of important, especially with Mycosynth Gardens being able to filter into mana. So I pay my red to activate Mutavault. Whenever I tap it for a colorless, I'll make 2 treasures. Which is fun and cool. And then I will use this tutor to go put a Maskwood Nexus into play, which will turn the Goblin Engineers into dwarves. And the Cursed Mirror was put into the graveyard by the Goblin Engineer on the previous turn. So now our not summoning sick Goblin Engineer has the Dwarf type on him. And then, once I get my shuffling done, I will proceed to combo. I'm going to use the colorless that I made off the Mutavault to filter into red. To activate the Goblin Engineer, sacrificing the One Ring to reanimate the Cursed Mirror. When I do that, I make 2 treasures. And then the cursed mirror will ETB.
I'm a fucking idiot.
And then enters a copy of Goblin
I
Engineer,
could have won.
which the enter the battlefield trigger will happen, and I will put any vehicle into my graveyard. Clown car is just the easiest. There's no possible way that...
Oh man, I could have won.
Like, you can use any vehicle you really want to. And then I use my treasure, because I'm out of red currently, to activate the new Goblin Engineer that has haste, to put the clown car into play, sacrificing the Soul Ring. But whenever I do that, I make 2 more, so there's that. And then now it's pretty easy. I crew the Roaming Throne to clown car to make 2 treasures, going up to 5, and then from here we just do Battered Golem. Because the reason we can't do the Clock of Omens is because I said prior, the Spellskite is in play, so that will stop us from being able to clock combo efficiently. But Battered Golem does not care about that, and that is the game. Pretty cool line. Kind of look out for this if you're playing Goblin Engineer. It's pretty sick.